how many broken ribs did you have? And are they all healed now?
Yeah, I believe they're all healed. I had 11. I had 8 on the left side, 3 on the right.
Wow.
But I didn't even know you had that many ribs.
I
I'll be
didn't
honest with
either.
you.
I didn't know
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy deal. I obviously never felt anything like that, and yet at the same time, it wasn't. I mean, it sounds crazy. Your mindset is such that, man, nothing's going to take you off the field. So you don't even recognize the severity of anything because you're pushing through. And the 8 that I fractured on the left side were in the first Tampa game, and not the first Tampa game, the second Tampa game. It was the Sunday night game at Tampa. Second quarter, I kind of get slammed to the ground on the left side, and I knew something was wrong. I mean, it was a feeling I hadn't had. The wind gets knocked out of you. That happens a lot. But all of a sudden I felt like, man, I'm having trouble breathing. I can't rotate. Man, I had a hard time throwing the ball in the second half of that game. I mean, it was functional. I got the job done. But, we win that game big. But I know something's wrong. I wake up the next day, go to an MRI, got all these broken ribs, and it's like, all right, well, let's just find a way to get to Sunday. I mean, that's really the saying amongst all NFL players. Find a way to get to the next game. And so, man, training room, rehab. I didn't practice much that week. I just tried to get ready to practice on Friday that week and I was in so much pain on Friday. And so I was like, God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And so got out on Sunday and felt actually decent going into that next game, which was against the Niners. And then sure enough, in the second quarter of that game, I get thrown down on the other side, and that's what fractured the 3 ribs and then punctured the lung. And that was so it's one thing to have all that going on one side of your body, but then to have it on both sides. The problem at that point was as that game progressed, I mean, I finished the half and we took the lead. I felt like we had the game in hand. But when you sit at halftime for 25 minutes and then come back out, man, I couldn't rotate. I couldn't do anything. So I basically went to Sean and was like, man, I can throw the ball like 15 yards right now. That's about it. So, I think in my mind too, I was thinking, all right, I know this is going to put me out for a period of time. I could go out there and make this thing worse, or I could just shut it down. Let's win this game, which I felt like we would anyway, and then try to make it back as quick as I could.
Well, you don't have to worry about that now. I don't think. If you get any kind of rib damage, it'll be just from your kids hugging you, right? The only ribs will be on the Traeger grill.
That's exactly right. Those are the only ribs I'm worried about right now, and how I'm seasoning those babies before I smoke them.